You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Around this time every Sunday afternoon, it's to James McOnie we go, joining us on News Talk ZB. G'day, James.
How are you, Elliott? Yes, I'm coming to you live from Fiji at the NZ Brokers Insurance Conference. So, you know, I get around, mate, but they do like rugby here, and I even managed to jerry-rig my phone to be able to watch the Phoenix, and so I've caught up with a few things.
What did you make of the Phoenix from Fiji, from a distance?
Look, the Phoenix I thought they played a really good game. The atmosphere, unbelievable at the stadium. I'm just glad they got a chance to go off when Oscar Zavada scored that goal to force extra time. But I don't think they can complain about the victory winning. They played so well. The first goal was sensational. And look, you got to take your chances, and they managed to just get in there and do what they had to do. They had the tougher task going away from home. So, look, a really proud effort from the Phoenix, but full credit, really, to the victory. They did the job.
They did indeed. Super Rugby continuing at pace, obviously. There was a game in Fiji. I'm not sure if you got to it over the weekend, but the Blues top of the table and looking pretty getting into the last two rounds.
I wanted to go to it, Elliott. I'm in Nandi, though, and Suva is just a 3.5 hour drive away. So I looked at that and thought, okay, that game is going to hurt the Crusaders in particular. But I did catch the end of that Crusaders game, and my goodness, the drama, the slapping of the ball, reminiscent of the 1985 Shield Challenge, where I think John Kirwan battered the ball dead, and the Canterbury fans still say that they deserved a penalty right out in front for that one. But this is the thing about rugby, the quirks of the game and the heat of the moment. I actually don't know if you could call it a deliberate slap dead. I think it's he was trying to get to the ball ahead of the Brumbies player. So I think the punishment of a penalty try was too harsh. But hey, it's in the books, and you know what's going to happen now, Elliott. Your Crusaders will end up with their best team for the final week of the season.
It'd be good to get them out at least once this campaign. It has been an abject disaster. Speaking of, not quite yet, but the Warriors. What chance in about an hour or so that they get the victory against the Panthers?
Yeah, not much. They're just in that sort of mid-season funk. Even getting a win in May is going to be tough. I don't think the Dolphins, even though at Mount Smart, will be easy beats either. So, yeah, it's something has to happen, a change in fortunes. But, you know, Sean Johnson's sitting games out again is a tough blow. But, yeah, what do you think? I think they're not going to beat the Panthers.
I don't hold out a lot of hope, if I'm entirely honest, this afternoon. Even with the Cleary and May being out for the Panthers, I still think you look at the Warriors and no Tohu, no Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, no Sean Johnson. I think that means no win. The Warriors still play at Mount Smart for the time being. We've just heard from a range of Auckland stadia proposals. Where do you sit on this whole thing, James? Should we get a new stadium in Auckland?
Yeah, we can. I think I'm sort of verging or leaning myself towards leaning towards Wynyard Quarter. I think that proposal seems to be the most plausible. It's got the best plan. It's got the ideas to bring people in from around the world, including recording artists. And I think that's the only way to make sure something like this isn't a white elephant. I think there's a few teams that would jump at the opportunity to play at that stadium. And really it's kind of there set up to help, I guess, Auckland step forward without actually changing too much of the infrastructure. So that's the one down where the tank farm is. As much as I like tanks as much as the next guy, Elliott, but I think it's okay to bowl them and build a stadium there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can do without the tanks. I do lean towards a new stadium in Auckland. I think for looking ahead for the next 50 years or so, that's the one. Whichever it's new, whichever new stadium idea, I think that ultimately is the best thing for Auckland and for sport and for events. And just finally, James, before I let you go, I wanted to know what you thought of Scottie Scheffler being arrested.
Yeah, initially I thought it was the Louisville Police Department thinking we can really put ourselves on the map here by arresting the world number one and US Masters champ and get him in an orange jumpsuit, which of course they did very quickly, and the photo's out there. I think, unless that's been doctored, I don't know about AI, Elliott. Is that a real photo?
Well, I believe it's real, but I've heard a theory that he took off the Nike shirt and asked for the jumpsuit because he didn't want to be had his mugshot with the Nike logo. So I think it was all about protecting brand Nike and brand Scottie.
Yeah. Well, orange is the new Nike at the moment, mate, and it's funny because I don't know. We'll wait for the charges. It doesn't seem like it's that serious, but he's joined his mate Tiger in there, and I guess everybody can now look at this perfect sort of picket fence Scottie Scheffler and just say, well, there was that one time, which is always awkward for a top athlete, isn't it? You know, you can't get away with anything.
Golf needs a new bad boy. James McOnie, thank you very much for your time. Don't work too hard on Andy. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Up the neck still believe. Cheers, buddy.
We believe. Thank you very much, James McOnie, joining us as he does around this time every Sunday on News Talk ZB.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.